Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is EK. Welcome back to some WoW. So, if you've seen the previous video, you know that I had a party yesterday evening. And, I haven't really had much alcohol in the past year or so. So I decided, let me have a couple drinks. So I had like 3 drinks, quite strong drinks, but only 3 drinks. I'm like, you know what? That's quite alright. I can handle that. I used to handle that a lot back in the day. So, for reference, I'm 29 right now, but it's time to hit me, guys. It's starting to hit me, and it worries me. If I drank this 10 years ago, I'd be completely fine the next morning. But I woke up and I was like, I have to get to the gym somehow. And I got to the gym, guys. I got to the gym. I pushed hard. I'm proud of myself for that. But, man, does alcohol strike me hard. Anyway, we are now in South Shore, which is where we have to go for the quest to set up our dungeon quest, which I'm assuming is going to be... Oh, let me go here. Up the stairs. And there we go. Rayleigh the Devout. Who goes there? What do you want from me? Well, I have a letter of commendation for you from your brother. Well, brother Anton. It's not technically your brother, but, he's our communal brother. He's all of our brothers.
Brother Anton still spreads the word of the Scarlet Crusade.
Oh my.
I once served the Scarlet Crusade.
Ho. Let me redo that because your dialogue window disappeared.
You need some?
No, come back, sir. What are you doing? Are you pointing somewhere?
Can I help you?
Hello? Rayleigh the Devout throws Anton's letter down the table. Can I?
Hey there. What
Can I?
can I do?
Hello? Can I click you?
I once served the Scarlet Crusade with honor, loyalty, and pride. I believe their cause to be a noble one, to rid Azeroth of the undead. But as I spent time at the monastery in Tirisfal Glades, I realized that their grasp on reality was slipping. They now think everyone is plagued who doesn't wear the tabard of the Crusade. Innocent men and women were tortured because they were supposedly plagued. The Scarlet Crusade must be crushed in the name of the light. You, adventurer, must destroy the deranged regime.
Alright, so I hope you guys were able to just listen to that. I technically treat my videos as more like an audio kind of thing anyway, so it is whatever. But let me go actually accept the quest now. So, close that. So, here we go. Scarlet Monestary, Mythology of the Titans, done. Well, acquired. And then in the name of the light also acquired. And he says, kill High Inquisitor Whitemane, Scarlet Commander Mograine, Herod the Scarlet Champion, and Houndmaster Loxy, and then report back to Rayleigh the Devout in South Shore. So, from my understanding, these... Did I just click them by accident? Those 4 mobs we just heard about are the 4 bosses of the 4 different wings. Oh, someone says, full run needs DD. See, I don't know what DD is. Well, I want to join one of those runs. But first, before I join a party, I think my best course of action... Is this guy moonwalking? Why are you moonwalking, sir? Good job. So, I think what I need to do first is I need to see if I can easily get the Tirisfal Glades. So, I have played on that, as I mentioned, many times. And I know that the Scarlet Monastery is somewhere in this area. I think, like up here on a hill or something. There are probably going to be some guards that I have to be careful about. So I'm trying to think how I can best get there. Let me actually... Well, that works, I guess. Can I make it bigger? Can I just like... Wow, there we go, there we go. There we go. Beautiful. So, right now we're in Hillspat. I can head up to the Alterac Mountains. I can also head to the west, which would put me in the Silver Pine Forest. Now, this is like the second zone for undead. And I don't think there were that many guards as far as I can remember. I know there's a lake here that I could use to cross. There was like a questing area over there. There's like a town over here or something. And I can probably use this as a way to make my way to Tirisfal Glades. I just don't know where the guards are located. I can also, I think, move through the Alterac Mountains and then go through the water over here. Which probably is safer because I'm expecting there to be more ways to maneuver around the guards. So I think I'll go through Alterac and then try and get to Tirisfal. Okay, so I'm gonna start my journey, and I'll check back in soon. Also, can we just quickly talk about how much better this map looks with my graphic mod? Like, left side all washed out, you know, the green doesn't pop. And then my version, the green is popping, guys. It's popping, and it's popping beautifully. Oh, also, I tried to up the recording quality in OBS a bit because I was noticing that the quality looks a little bit worse than I was hoping. Now, I do hope this doesn't cause any performance issues. So if there's any lag or anything in this video, I will check it out after the recording session to make sure it's all running smoothly and stuff. But I'm hopeful it just simply looks better right now. But I'll definitely check that out later. And on my end, at least, my gameplay is still perfectly smooth. So I'm hopeful that the gameplay is now smoother while also looking better. We have discovered the Misty Shore, which I guess is the transition into the Silverpine Forest. I do like these god rays. Obviously, they're very much overblown, which might be. I'm a little bit curious now. I'm sorry to keep doing this, but I'm really curious. Is that because of? Nah, they're always just overblown. Okay, good to know. We're now at the Dawning Isles. All right, Fenris Isle. I remember going here for questing and stuff when I was playing my Undead, and I did quite enjoy this zone, actually. I think it was quite a nice zone to quest in. You know, I like the aesthetic. It was still very undead-y, but it did feel like a really nice forest, especially like over here around the more foresty part, which I quite enjoyed. Wait a second, can I even go there from here? I'm starting to think, like, how did I get there back in the day? And I think I went through the Undercity to get there. Like, to get here initially from the starting zone. But obviously I can't go through there. So how exactly am I supposed to get there? Interesting. Guess I'll have to figure things out as I do. So yeah, this part of the zone I did quite enjoy. You know, it looks nice and foresty. There's also a zone that I saw pop up on a video. Someone was doing like a list of like all the cozy maps and stuff, and I was just kind of curious. It popped up on my feed, and I think it's called Grizzly Hills or something, and it looked incredible. Like beautiful big trees with like lush green fields and stuff. It looks really, really good to me. So we are actually just gonna be able to pass right by. Okay, well then I guess I was wrong, which makes me very happy because we are now in Tirisfal Glades. We are actually in the Undead starter zone. I will have to keep an eye open for guards. And there probably isn't a flight path or anything for me around these parts. That is very rough if I want to get here again later. And I kind of hope I'm going to be able to find a party, because getting back and forth from here to wherever is a bit annoying. I guess maybe I can use a Zeppelin even. Could I? I think there's one here that takes you to Ogrimmar. A place I also obviously haven't been to. And I think around there is where the dungeon is. Alright, we are in the Scarlet Monastery right now. They are all level 30 mobs. They're elite mobs though, so I should definitely still be quite careful. I don't think I really want to run in much further. I really want to find a party now before I move up any further. I'm assuming the entrance is like somewhere over there in the back. But I really need to find a party. Alright, so I found a party for someone doing library, whatever that is supposed to be, like Armory or something, and Cathedral, I guess. So probably just one of them they're not doing. I'm a bit over leveled, but that should be fine. They're in the back over there, I guess. Yeah, they're over there. So I'm a bit over leveled, but hey, it's fine. Yeah, we are very much over leveled, but hey, it's whatever. It's fine. It's about the experience, not the experience points, the actual experience. Ah, level 34 human paladin. There we go. That's the tank. Tanky boy, welcome. All right, let me try that summoning thing. Hold on, it's in here somewhere. All right, we're going in here to get me a soul shard so I can summon our tank. Okay, so I have to click him and then ritual of summoning. Here we go. Let's see how this works. So more people need to now join in on me or something, I think. Oh, this is so cool. So I'm creating a portal now. And now I guess I think he now has a pop-up or something saying, would you like to use this portal, I'm assuming? Killface, there he is. I did it. I portaled someone. There we go. Beautiful. I am learning, guys. I am becoming a warlock. It's happening. To you guys, these things must be super, standard. But to me, it's new, but it's fun. Oh, hey, Houndmaster Loxy. I think that's the final boss of this wing. That's pretty chill. So do I just focus him 100% or something? Because he might summon more hounds or something? I don't know, I'll just nuke him. Pretty short, but then again there are 4 wings, so I guess they're a bit short individually, which makes sense. Do the hounds die when he dies? They don't, but that's fine. They are pretty squishy, I think. Alright, that's one of the guys that I need to kill. Good, I guess we move on to the next one. Should have probably done this a little bit earlier, on like a slightly lower level. Probably like late 30s would be perfect for this, because then you can probably do all of them. Although I guess the final one might be a little bit more challenging. Can't we just run back out, or did all the mobs respawn or something? So for arm, you need complete library and got key. Yes, okay. The Scarlet key for door outside, arm and Cath. Okay, so he has the key. Okay, that's great. So he can get us in, I guess. So I'm assuming only one person from the party needs the key then. So I wonder if we've now moved into another part of the monastery or something. Or if this is just like the exit path. Because we killed the Houndmaster Loxy, which I was assuming was the final boss. But we haven't like left any area and went into a different one or anything. But maybe they chain back to back or something. And it just like, you can choose where you want to start, but they loop around or something. I don't know. Because I feel like we're about to enter a completely different aesthetic, really. Like this might be the library or something. Or the cathedral. I gotta keep an eye out for a book as well. Because I think I need to get a book for Mythology of the Titans. Oh, hey, these mobs give me experience. They're just low enough, or high enough, I guess, where I get experience from them. Nice. Well, not all of them, but some of them. Which is better than before. Cool, there we go. Mythology of the Titans. Would I be able to read the book as well? Ooh. I can. Alright, I will read that to you guys later. It's gonna be, it's gonna be a bedtime story for y'all. So, do make sure you're in bed when I'm reading that. Which is a bit of a weird thing to say. Oh, there's a book here called The War of the Ancients, which is the book series that I'm reading right now. So is that like a quick summary or something of the entire trilogy? It was 15 pages, so I'm not going to be able to read that right now, but that's very interesting. Oh, and then it's Beyond the Dark Portal as well. Oh, so many things that I would love to read. If I was doing like a story playthrough without party members or anything, I would just go and read through all of them. But hey, I can't really do that to my group, I can't just let them sit here while I read lore, These guys want to get a move on, and I understand that. The Scourge of Lord Aeron. Is it Lord Aeron? Lord Ron? So many cool books. Well, I assume them to be cool books, of course, because I can't actually read them. Oh, someone has looted the Scarlet Key. Can we all loot that? Okay, cool. Got it. And more books. Okay, I guess now we run back or something? Oh, keyrings. You now have a keyring to hold your dungeon keys. This keyring appears to the left of your bags on your action bar. The keyring can only store permanent keys. So... here, the keyring. Oh! That is really convenient. Because that means that I don't have to log them around in my inventory. Thank you, Blizzard. That's perfect. So our tank had to go because he was needed for a raid. So we are looking for a new tank. This is the actual endgame experience in games like these. Waiting for a tank, waiting for a healer. It is a part of the beautiful experience. So I used the key to open up this door. And then the key didn't go away. So I'm not actually destroying the key when using it, which always made most sense to me, guys, because it feels so weird. You have a key, you use the key on whatever lock you need to use it for, like a chest, a door, whatever, and then like for some reason in fantasy lore that means your key is now forever gone. Like you can't just pull it back out of the keyhole. No, the key somehow evaporates in thin air, like it's absorbed by the door. And in this game, apparently so far, with this specific key at least, I get to keep it. Now I don't know if I get to keep it forever. Like, is it one of those things where as soon as I have done it on this character, I can now forever enter the other ones, like a proof of having done the prior ones? Or is it more like, hey, you log out and it's gone or something, and you have to do it over and over again to be able to go to the other ones? Don't know how that works, but if it's like more like an unlock mechanic, where I have to do the lower versions once, and then I can unlock the higher versions forever later. That I think is pretty good. I like that. So I did loot a ring in there, which gives me 3 more armor and also 4 more intellect. Now I would be losing 3 stamina, but I think the armor kind of little bit makes up for it, and I do think I just care more about the raw DPS of getting the intellect. So it is an upgrade. So we get the Conjurer's Kinch of Intellect. Here we go. Boop. And now we have a yellow belt. Alright, we have a new tank. We are ready to go. This looks quite nice. With like the lion statues and stuff, and like the cathedral in the background. Look at me. I am preparing soul shards, guys. I would like to try and learn to always have either a full stack or at least be very close to being full, because there just isn't a downside to it. When I have this kind of bag, like there isn't a downside to not having it full. So I need to grow accustomed to having it always be filled up. And I wish I had some AoE though. Like I'm really tempted to look into Destruction Warlock because it looks so much fun with the fire and stuff. I think I'll enjoy it a lot, like probably more than this build, but I don't know how it is for leveling. There we go. The entire bag is full. Now I don't need to worry about it until I spend some. Ooh, there we go, level 44. All right, let's head into the chapel. Curious to see if the interior is anything different to what we've seen so far. And I mean, it is kind of the same, but bigger, which looks pretty cool to me. Ah, and there is Scarlet Commander Mograine, one of the guys I need for my quest. High Inquisitor Fairbanks, like a guy just like alone in his little like side room. I wonder if we're killing him because he dropped something specific, because he is a named mob, but he isn't required for the quest. But I can imagine him maybe having some cool loot table or something. Or we're just killing him for experience, which is fine with me too. You know, experience is always good. And I like leveling like this. You know, I like leveling in instance content because you're not really playing for the experience, or at least that's how I generally play this. You know, I'm not really looking at the experience bar too much. Like I'm playing for the content, and then, you know, it's a very nice way of getting experience without having to actively worry about it, which is why I actually think I will enjoy retail a lot when I try it, because I think a lot of the leveling process you can do there is just like chaining dungeons back to back to back to back, which I will do a little bit of probably when I try that. But that does sound quite fun to me, as long as the dungeons are somewhat varied and, you know, engaging. It's going to be such an interesting experience, you know, when I eventually do go for retail, because all the footage I've seen so far, like I've looked a little bit at the footage of the new expansion coming up. Like it looks like a completely different game. Right, I think it's time we take on the big boss. Level 42. Probably quite strong. Although he doesn't have any ads, at least not so far, so we can just unload on this one guy. Oh, he says get here. Okay, sure. Behind pillar, so she come here. I don't know who she is, but sure. There's gonna be someone else arriving once we kill this guy. Oh, my imp is still over there, though. Does that matter? Okay, here we go. Chocob is here. Ah, High Inquisitor Whitemane. Oh, another person I need for my quest. Oh, we've all been put to sleep or something? I guess we chill. Oh, and then she reses the other person as well. Okay, cool. Oh, and now we can AoE them on top of each other. Okay, yeah, I understand why we did this. Alright, we just need Herod now. So what I'm wondering now is, maybe we don't actually have to go to the graveyard. Maybe only 3 of the 4 paths have parts of this quest in there, because I don't see anyone forming groups. Damn, people have to go. That's unfortunate. I mean, we got a lot of progress done, and honestly, you know, if I'm not doing all of them, I'm fine with that. Like, I'd like to experience all of them, but if I'm missing like one or like just one of the 4 paths or something, I'm like, that's fine. I just do want to get Herod or Herod, so I will quickly look up where he is, in which path he is, and then I'll try and find a party for that. Yeah, it is in the Armory. Okay, so where can I see which one is which as well? Like, this one says Cathedral door. That says Armory door. So those 2 I understand. And I'm assuming those would also have nameplates somewhere, but I don't see them. So I'm gonna try and find a party for the Armory. Hope I can get into a party, because I would like to finish off this quest right now and then move away. I don't want to have to come back all the way here to try and get this little, you know, 25% done, so let's see if I can find a party. Because I'm kind of fine skipping the graveyard, which I'm pretty sure I haven't done yet. Because the graveyard is also the lowest one, and all the mobs in there will not give me experience, so there really isn't a point into doing it besides experiencing the run itself. But, you know, I think having seen 75% after I complete the Armory kind of gives me a pretty good idea as to what this dungeon is like. It's mostly quite similar, so I don't really mind missing, you know, a quarter of it, if that ends up being the case. Alright, this is just ridiculous. I have been here for probably about 1.5 hours or something. I can't anymore, so I'll just log out here. Unfortunate thing is I won't be getting rest experience, but you know, it is what it is. I'll probably play again tomorrow. Hopefully I can log in tomorrow and have a better chance of finding a group. So I'll probably just go do a bit of editing or something. So see you soon. Alright, hello everybody, welcome back. We are now in the Armory. I got myself a party. I just kind of like had to quickly start recording. Wasn't really prepped, but I found it quite quickly. So yeah, here we go. Let's do the Armory as well, and we can wrap things up. I just looted something called the Elder's Amber Stave of Shadow Wrath. It's an offhand 10 shadow damage. I don't have a main hand weapon to go with it, but that sounds pretty good. Ah, we have made it into the actual Armory part of the Armory. Alright, I have bound my life tap to one of my mouse buttons because like I'm spamming this ability so much, and it's so much easier to just be clicking it with my mouse button as I'm running around, because like I keep wanting to press 7, which is like not comfortable, and then you know I can put it, well, like I can click it with my mouse as well, but that also isn't comfortable because I keep having to move away. So now I can just like walk around and just like whoop, tap it. There we go. This is gonna make my life so much easier. Oh wow, 2 people level up at the same time. Oh, that's better for me actually. But someone else got it. Oh, I got 87, but the other person rolled 99. How can I compete with 99, guys? How am I supposed to compete with that? That looks amazing for tanks. So there's a lot of armor, 10 stamina, 10 strength. Like, isn't that perfect? I mean, I guess it's mail, so it's not plate, right? Like, plate is the best one, I think, right? For just pure tanking. I often get aggro on the mob I'm focusing. Does that mean that my DPS is so high that it's triggering the threat? Or does it work differently? I mean, I don't have the DPS meter active right now, so I can't tell for sure. But I am quite high level. You know, these guys are 39, 41, 31, 34. And I'm, of course, level 44 right now. So I'm a bit over leveled. So I'm expecting that I deal a pretty significant amount of the damage just because of my levels. So I was trying to, you know, pour myself a drink real quick, because I have this bottle next to me. And I realized that this is like one of the only MMOs I've ever played where, especially when playing DPS like I'm doing right now, it feels quite feasible to just mouse click everything. Like I can pull with one hand and I can just like have one thing targeted. I can be like, oh, life tap, you know, do this, do that, do that. Especially because there's a charge time on my shadow bolt, I can just kind of chill. And that works out quite well. Also, I do believe the quality of the content is a bit higher now that I've changed the settings that I talked about yesterday, but the file size also is more than twice as big, so my storage is suffering, guys. My storage is suffering. I'm gonna need to make sure I delete some files on more frequent occasions than before, but that is fine. But it's all for the quality, which, you know, I'm happy to deal with that. I just hope the you know, the recording software can handle it just as well, and it turns out better on YouTube as well. So please let me know if you see a significant difference between the recordings from yesterday and the recordings before that. I hope there is a significant difference on YouTube as well. Alright, so I guess we're moving into the boss room right now. There is a big circular room up there, and generally I have learned that circular rooms mean boss room. And ooh! Hall of Champions. Herald. This is a very cool room. I guess I can just kind of stand up here, right? Yeah, my tank keeps aggro and I just unload. Oh boy. Oh, we're being flanked. Whoa. Okay, let me actually move down there so my tank can maybe take aggro on those. Oh, he has an ability. Wait, he's spinning. Do we have to spend time taking the ads out right now, or nah? Just the timer. Okay. I guess we just keep DPSing this guy, and the tank will just tank up everything else. Oh boy, someone died. Wait, are we wiping? Or is this gonna be my first ever wipe? Am I supposed to take down the WTF? Where they all come from? Well, that's a cool mechanic, you know, like you're thinking you're walking into a... How does this work when we die in a dungeon? I think they spawn behind us. I'm just gonna let myself die here. Here we go. Release spirits. Encounter table without start time. Oh, that's just my details doing something. Oh, so it is active. Wait. Oh yeah, of course, we spawn outside. We can run through, right? I think, just like... Such a weird system that you spawn outside the dungeon. Like, I could understand starting at the start or something. But... This is very interesting. You know, I can see where they're coming from, and it makes sense because this is a respawn point. And I'm like 99% sure this isn't a thing in retail because this is like such old school design. But yeah, it looks like the mobs just spawn behind you the moment you aggro the boss, which is a really cool mechanic because it's one of those things where if that's what's happening, the first time you do those things, you are like... So yeah, it's a cool mechanic because it's one of those things where the first time you go through, you're like, oh, I don't know what's going on. And you get surprised by it. And then the second time you're prepared and you can take measures accordingly. But I like it, you know, I like it when bosses have those mechanics where the first time you just get surprised. Unless there's like a really punishing effect of dying. Like if it happened in Guild Wars 1, for example, where like one death means you fail the entire mission, you have to restart from the very beginning. It's quite punishing in that sense. Then it's quite annoying. But if it's more like, ha, well, I mean, didn't see that one coming. That's fun. I like that. And, you know, not every boss has to do it because then you start expecting it. But I wasn't expecting to get swarmed by mobs all of a sudden because all the bosses pretty much have just been very straightforward. Hey, I DPS you. It's been very easy. Although I have to say, you know, this boss, of course, has apparently a mechanic where you aggro him and mobs spawn behind you to kind of surprise you. And then also on the Cathedral, we had the, well, one boss dies, second boss comes in, rest is the first boss, and you have to fight him at the same time, which is also a cool mechanic. So the game is trying to experiment a little bit here, and I guess these are the guards. I like how they're just standing there menacingly like, hello, we will stop you from getting to our boss. This dwarf looks kind of cool, though. Like, I like how wide he is, you know? Dude, our dwarven priest is getting so much loot. Like, he's been getting all kinds of upgrades, which I've been giving away because I haven't cared about them. But like this one specifically, Regal Cloak of Healing, plus 22 healing spells. That sounds pretty good. Right, so will more mobs spawn behind us versus a one-time thing? I'm assuming like something unlocked behind us and like the mobs were released or something. But there's a chance that whenever he's aggroed, more mobs will spawn behind us. No mobs seem to spawn. Okay, so I think we're good. Oh, he's in this immune phase. So I guess he deals damage around him most likely. So the tank has to move away. He's going to be stationary for a little bit. Can we also see the ability somewhere? No, I don't think we can. It would be cool if this was a reflect. So, you know, if I were using something on him right now, I would be reflecting it back to myself. But I don't think that's the case from what I was able to tell so far. Teaches you Portal of Summoning? What is that? Oh, Hero at Shoulder. That's probably... Oh, that must be really good for tanks. I'll greet it so they can get it. I will want to get this one, I think. Teaches you Portal of Summoning. Not sure what that is really, but sounds really cool.